Welcome to Change Grow, where we help you navigate the world of wealth and status. Habits are the building blocks of our daily lives. They shape our actions, decisions, and ultimately, our destinies. Some habits, such as regular exercise and healthy eating, can lead to success and fulfillment. Other habits, such as smoking or procrastinating, can lead to detrimental consequences. Understanding the power of habits and learning how to reprogram them is crucial for anyone who wants to take control of their life and achieve their goals. In this article, we will explore the science behind habits, the ways in which they impact our lives, and practical strategies for reprogramming and taking control of them. Habits are an integral part of our lives. They are the actions we take regularly without much resistance or thought. Habits are strongly associated with routines, which are pattern behaviors that have become second nature to us. We routinely repeat habits with little or no effort, almost subconsciously. Conventional wisdom suggests that habits are mysterious, and we have little control over them. However, Charles Duhigg's book, The Power of Habit, challenges this notion and provides a new perspective on habits. Habits, whether good or bad, rule our lives. They are like a manual of how we operate, and they seem to happen without much effort. To change or create new habits, we must first understand how we create them in the first place. According to Duhigg, every habit has three components: cue, routine, and reward. The cue is the trigger that starts the cycle of a habit, and it can be a number of things such as a location, time of day, emotional state, thoughts, other people, or a pattern of behavior. Even a certain sense of smell can trigger a habit. Identifying the cue that triggers a habit is crucial if we want to change it. For instance, Duhigg describes a woman who couldn't stop biting her fingernails, even though it caused her much pain and embarrassment. When asked by her therapist why and when she started biting her nails, she described a tingling sensation in her fingertips. This sensation is the cue that triggers her habit. The therapist asked her to carry an index card with her and make a check every time she felt the tingling sensation. Instantly, her awareness of the cue increased. Later, when asked when she felt the tingling, she was able to recognize that it happened when she was bored. Becoming aware of the cue is step one in changing a habit. Once we identify the cue, we can experiment with different routines that lead to the same reward. The reward is what reinforces the habit, and it can be a positive or negative outcome. By experimenting with different routines, we can find a new habit that provides the same reward, but in a more positive way. Habits are an integral part of our daily lives. They are actions that we perform repeatedly, often subconsciously, that have become deeply ingrained in our behavior. While some habits can be beneficial, others can be detrimental to our well-being. Habits like smoking, overeating, or procrastination can have negative effects on our physical and mental health, relationships, and work. To make a change in our habits, we first need to understand how they work. Habits consist of three parts: the cue, the routine, and the reward. The cue is the trigger that initiates the habit, the routine is the behavior itself, and the reward is the positive feeling we get from completing the habit. To change a habit, we need to identify the cue and the reward, and then replace the routine with a new behavior that will lead to the same reward. One of the keys to successfully changing a habit is belief. If we don't believe that we can change our habits, then we won't. Believing that change is possible, and that we have the power to make it happen, is crucial to successfully reprogramming ourselves and regaining control over our habits. This belief can come from various sources, such as personal conviction, religious faith, or support from others. Another important factor in changing our habits is accountability. By tracking our habits and progress, we can hold ourselves accountable for our actions and stay motivated to continue making changes. This can be done through journaling, using habit tracking apps, or seeking support from a therapist or support group. It's important to be patient and consistent in our efforts to change our habits. Habits take time to form, and they also take time to break. It's essential to be consistent in our efforts to replace old habits with new ones and to be patient with ourselves as we work through the process of reprogramming ourselves. Habits have a powerful influence on our lives, and changing them can be challenging but rewarding. By understanding how habits work and using tools such as belief, accountability, and patience, we can successfully reprogram ourselves and regain control over our habits. With dedication and perseverance, we can create new, positive habits that will lead to a healthier, happier life. Habits are powerful, but we can take control of them by understanding how they work. By identifying the cue, experimenting with different routines, and finding a new habit that provides the same reward, we can break free from negative patterns and create new, positive ones that lead to a happier, healthier life. The power of habits cannot be overstated. They are the actions we undertake on a regular basis, sometimes without even realizing it. Habits are so ingrained in our daily routines that we often do them with little or no effort. However, these habits can be both positive and negative. It is essential to take control of our habits to achieve personal growth and success. Many people believe that habits are mysterious and that we have little control over them. However, Charles Duhigg's book, The Power of Habit, challenges this conventional wisdom. He suggests that habits are simply a manual of how we operate and what seems to happen without much effort. To change or create new habits, we must first understand how we create them in the first place. The habit loop is a powerful concept that Charles Duhigg introduces to explain all our habits, whether good or bad. The habit loop consists of three parts: the cue, the routine, and the reward. The first step is identifying the cue or trigger that starts the cycle of a habit. It could be a location, time of day, emotional state, thoughts, beliefs, other people, or a pattern of behavior. Even certain smells can trigger a habit. Once you have identified the cue, the second step is to change the routine. This means replacing the old habit with a new, healthier one. For instance, if you have the habit of snacking when you're bored, you could replace it with a healthier habit, like taking a walk or doing a quick workout. The key is to find a new coping mechanism and complete the cycle in an alternate way. The third and final step of the habit loop is the reward. This is what drives the habit, and it is essential to find a reward that is satisfying and rewarding. It could be as simple as giving yourself a pat on the back or rewarding yourself with something you enjoy. By following these simple steps, you can reprogram your habits and take control of your life. It is not about avoidance but finding a new coping mechanism and completing the cycle in an alternate way. With practice, you can train your brain to form new habits that lead to a happier, healthier life. The key is to be patient and persistent, as habits take time to change. The power of awareness and dedication in creating habits cannot be overstated. It is a positive tool that can help anyone, especially when coupled with belief. Belief is the key to understanding how to succeed in creating the habits we want or changing the ones we don't want. It's also the reason why some of our habits fail at critical moments. Believing in something bigger than oneself has been attributed to many success stories of sobriety. In fact, a study conducted by the National Institute of Health, UC Berkeley, and Brown University looked for a correlation between religious belief and how people stayed sober. The results were eye-opening. While habit replacement does work, it also fails during critical, stressful moments. For example, a woman may stay sober for 2 years, but when circumstances arise and strong enough cues and urges are present, she may well go back to her old habits, unless there's a strong enough belief in place that empowers her to maintain her course. People who succeed in changing their habits generally believe that they are going to get better. Faith is not a simple black and white happening, but it may not be that mysterious either. By cultivating a strong belief in oneself and the ability to change, one can create new, healthier habits that stick. I hope this video has given you some insight into the power of habits and how belief can play a critical role in their success. If you're looking to change or form new habits, remember to identify your cues, choose your routines, and reward your new habit. And, most importantly, believe in yourself and your ability to succeed. If you have any thoughts or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. Also, check out my friend's new YouTube channel called 5-Minute Billionaire, where you can find success stories of the most successful people around the world in short, 5-minute animations. Their Elon Musk video has already received over 75,000 views in just 3 days. I'll leave a link to their channel in the description below. Habits are powerful drivers of our daily actions and behaviors, shaping our lives in profound ways. Whether it's a good habit, such as exercising regularly, or a bad habit, such as smoking, habits can become ingrained in our minds and bodies, making them hard to break. However, by understanding the habit loop of cue, routine, and reward, we can begin to reprogram ourselves and regain control over our lives. With awareness, dedication, and belief in ourselves, we can replace old, unwanted habits with new, healthy ones and transform our lives for the better. By taking small steps every day, we can create positive changes and achieve our goals. So, let us all harness the power of habits to become the best version of ourselves and live a fulfilling life. We'll see you back here again. Thank you for watching this video. Change Grow. If you found it valuable, consider subscribing to our channel and joining our awesome community.